What's up, family? Welcome or welcome back to Closing Open Wounds. I am yours truly, Cleisha. Now, I was talking to a loved one, and you know what? We got to talking, and there was an interesting subject that we talked about. And y'all know me, I'm going to spill the tea with y'all, right? So, I just want to come out and say that everybody is not to be played with. So many times and so often in this day and age, people are fumbling good, genuine people. Like, I really believe in earth angels. Like people that walk this earth, they're kind, they're loving, they're supportive, they're great friends, they're great confidants, good business partners, just good moral standing people. And you have these people who are not healed that are fumbling these good people. You know what I'm talking about, right? If you're anything like me, if you're a part of my family here, we believe in just being good, moral, standing people. We love to love, we show love, we don't try to use anyone, we don't lie, we don't manipulate. We are doing our work to be better human beings, right? Right. So y'all know I can only talk about what I've been about. So as I'm talking to my loved one and we are trading stories here, and I do believe that, and I know this is going to be hard to say and hard to digest, and I know you're not going to agree with this. I don't agree with this, but this is what I do believe. I do believe that God puts good people in others' lives just to show them how unhealed they are. I hope I said that so you can understand. Let me break it down. I believe that God had me encounter people, even if only for a moment, for them to see how toxic they are, how unhealed, how much trauma they have, as some type of metrics for them to understand that you are not as great as you think you are. Now, I'm not saying that I am the greatest, but what I am saying is I have encountered people who are very narcissistic in thinking that they are God's gift to the world. I know you understand where I'm coming from, and I'm sure you've been in a similar situation. Now, I was in a situation where I was dealing with someone, and when I heard of, and when they would tell me just different stories of their past and past relationships, I really saw a lot of trauma there. There was just a lot of substance abuse, trauma, a lot of pain, which I did understand. And it gave me allowances for them, and it made me excuse a lot of their behavior, but it was their behavior nonetheless, right? So I'm telling this individual when things get hot and tempered that, listen, I'm not your ex. I'm not this person. I'm not that person. We're not going to handle this way. Now, I'm trying to keep my cool, but I'm human too, right? So we would go through these things, and it just showed the level of trauma and healing that needed to take place. And even on my part as well, because at that time, I was in a place where I should have never even entertained that. So that's my fault. I'm not even mad. But what I'm saying is, it showed this person that, hey, everyone is not like your ex. Everyone is not out to hurt you. There are people out here who are genuine and in love and don't lie, cheat, steal. There are people out here like that. There are people, I'm telling you right now, no matter what you've been through and what you've encountered, there are still good people out there. And unfortunately, we got to get through the bad ones to get to the good ones. This is the point I want to make. It is easy for someone to believe that they are higher up morally than they are when they encounter people that have not done the work themselves. So when they come across a person who is doing the healing, a person that is doing the work, it checks them like, oh shoot, you're like a mirror to that person. And you're reflecting their actions. And either one, they're going to recognize it and change, or two, deny and deflect. We all have options. Some people are okay with how they act and how they are, and they're stubborn and prideful and narcissistic. There's nothing you can do with that person. I'm telling you now, there's nothing you can do with that person who doesn't realize that they have an issue. The best thing for you to do is move around. Why keep hurting yourself and hurting your feelings over someone who is okay with where they are? So I do believe that, you will encounter these people to show them where they are, and you can move on with your life, but they will never forget you. They will never forget, wow, that person, he was a good person. She was a good person. I just wasn't ready. I can't even count how many times I've gotten apologies about how people treated me. And I'm not one to get revenge. God always fights for me. Okay, so there's nothing that you need to do to avenge yourself. God will do it. It will all come out in the end. Trust and believe. The truth will always come out. I'm not going back and forth with people. I'm not fussing with people. We're past that. We're not doing that. If we can't communicate in a healthy way, then there's nothing that we can talk about. And that's where you have to be at. We're not stooping down to someone else's level. Either you come up or I'm out. Straight like that. And that's where you got to be. And that's how I live my life. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not proving my point. I'm not proving my worth to anyone. I am too old for that. I've been there and I've done that. I love myself and I'm doing the work. Okay? Everybody has to do their work. Everybody has to work on themselves. If we work on ourselves individually, then we would be better corporately. And that's just how it works. But I do believe, again, that, God puts us in these vicinities just for people to realize how messed up they really are. Unfortunately, you have people and the ones and the family members around them, enable them and keep them in that toxic loop. Again, there's nothing you can do with that person. The only way you can really measure how much work you've done on yourself is when you're in the company of other people. No man is an island of itself. You will think that you are the greatest person around, the greatest person alive, because you're by yourself. There's no one there to challenge you. The Bible talks about that. There's nothing like a brother to buffet you. Not the people that, always, pat you on your back and always have something nice to say and always, blow your head up. Those are not the ones. It's the people that challenge you to be better. And when I say challenge you, I'm not saying in a toxic way, in a toxic manner to have you come out of character. Just challenge you in your thinking and in your responses. That's the kind of challenge. The challenge in your finances, in how you're growing and how you need to steward. The challenges in your business, in your school, in your job, in your performance. Those type of healthy challenges, that's what we need. That's what we need. So do you have that kind of company around you? You're not good if you're one of those people that say, well, I'm good on my own. And I understand that. I understand why you would feel that way. Life is hard and people are even harder to deal with. Oh, your cousin understands. I'm not judging you, not at all. All I'm saying is that we are not as good as we think we are when we are alone. When you're in the right relationship, the right marriage, it will challenge you. But are you mature enough to rise up to the challenge? Or are you stuck in your pride and ego and you walk away from it? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. And y'all know, if you've been here any length of time, you guys know I have stories for days. I have really encountered people who really thought that their poop did not stink. And the more crazy thing about it, the more ironically it is that because I am your biggest cheerleader, you really think that you are that person. Because I'm going to big you up. Whether you're that person or not, like I'm always going to speak life. I'm a person that always speaks life. But it's sad when you run across a narcissistic person that takes those words, those seeds, that treatment that you give them, and they take it and thinking that they are well deserved, not knowing that you are just a good person, that you are just an earth angel, that you are just trying to love people how God requires us to love. People take for granted. I don't think that good people are tired of being good people. No, good people are tired of being taken for granted. That's really what it is. I'm going to always be a good woman. I'm going to always be a good person. But sometimes you got to change who you good to. Now, that doesn't mean you being rude, ignorant, or disrespectful. That just means you have boundaries when it comes to how much love you are giving and how much love you are showing to people. Because people are selfish and they are out just for themselves. When you are good, that good gonna come back. It may not come back necessarily from that individual that hurt you, but God knows how to spin the block. Trust and believe me on that. God will take care of you. He will avenge you. There are people who just done some crazy things to me, and I'm sure you understand that as well. They were foul when they did that to you. When they moved how they moved and they took your kindness for weakness, oh, they was foul with that. But you hold your head up high and you keep being the good person that you are. You do not let anyone change the nature of your heart and how you love. I say this all the time. I said there's no way that I could love the way God created me to love and not have someone out there for me that loves just as hard as I do. Okay? I just wanted to drop that little nugget with y'all. Let me know how you feel in the comments. Let me know your experiences. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Remember that. If you've been here more than 3 times, that means you're family. I love you. I'll see you guys later. Take care.